This is the complete story of the Hobgoblin Axis tie-in miniseries, and does not include anything from the core Axis book. It's a fun little side story, so let's hop right in. After a super powerful clone of Red Skull became one of the most powerful telepaths in the entire world, Dr. Doom and Scarlet Witch cast a spell which backfired, turning all of the heroes bad and the villains good. Among these flip-floppers was Roderick Kingsley, the first Hobgoblin, who discovered that it was way more profitable to be a hero rather than a villain. But heroes usually don't get paid, so how did Hobgoblin manage to make his fortune? He did it by launching a pyramid scheme and by licensing his image to pretty much anybody who would pay for it. Hobby's got it all: merchandise, brand deals, recruiting events, the whole 9 yards. Once people pay for his get-rich-quick book and DVD box set, they can pay to become a Hobgoblin. Then, they can pay even more money for Kingsley to design their own superhero brand in exchange for a percentage of their profits. After that, those new Hob heroes can recruit other suckers, take a percentage of their profits, and Kingsley takes a portion of those as well. I've been dragged to multiple pyramid scheme meetings, and let me tell you, this comic really captures the look and feel of the entire thing. That's all fine and dandy, but Phil Urich was not happy about this. Who is Phil Urich, you may ask? Well, Phil Urich is the nephew of Daily Bugle reporter Ben Urich. Phil started off as a good version of the Green Goblin, but became the third Hobgoblin after killing Roderick Kingsley's twin brother Daniel, who was using the persona at the time. Roderick allowed Phil to be Hobgoblin under the condition that he hand over a percentage of his profits. However, when Superior Spider-Man outs Phil's identity, he abandons the Hobgoblin mantle, becomes Goblin Knight, and eventually Goblin King, which is where we are right now. So Goblin King fights with Kingsley for a bit, but is defeated by the Hob heroes, one of which betrays Kingsley and decides to work with the Goblin King to sabotage a public ceremony honoring Hobgoblin. Accompanied by a bunch of seedless supervillains that Kingsley abandoned after becoming a good guy, the Hob heroes and Goblin King's forces duke it out. After a short battle, Kingsley's group wins, leaving Missile Mate, the hero that betrayed Hobgoblin, threatening to blow up every member of the Hob heroes. So what does Kingsley do? He kills his teammates himself. Just kidding, they were actually holograms. Impressed with his change of heart and how he handled the situation, Steve Rogers, who was watching the entire thing, offers Hobgoblin a spot on the Avengers. And that's the whole story. No, seriously, that's the whole story. It's a silly change of pace for Hobgoblin, but isn't nearly as good as the Carnage Axis story, which we'll cover next time, so stay tuned. What did you think of this kind of story video? Would you like to see more? If yes, then click on this baby fox. If no, then click on this pile of tax reports. If you want to see a video on one of Marvel's evil groups, then you can click on this video to learn more about Leviathan, or you can click on this one to learn more about Ultron.